for looking at that one. And is there anything else that anyone wants me to re-show? I guess I could show these for the people that came in later. Here's the bolo tie. Two of them that I showed earlier. This one is Sodialite, silver tone. That one. And I also had this one right here that was the double tone. Hello, whoever just popped in. Hi there, Logo Life. That's a different username. Let me put this on mute so we're not hearing it all. I'm not sure I recognize Logo Life. What's your first name? Thanks for coming in. I'd like to know your real name so I don't have to call you Logo Life during the show. If you're wanting to offer that, it's up to you. Hello, hello. Got my running list of names. I got to get my dog out of here. Hold on. Come on, Emma. Let's go. You need to go out. You're going to bug me. Come on. You're going to be all up in my space. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl. Okie dokie. Wow. Everyone just popped in. I went to let my dog out and it was like, whoo, everyone popped in. Hello, 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 everyone. I know it looks just like it did last night. I promise we're not doing 2 hours of talking about all that again. Hello, hello. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Maria. Hey, Julia. Hey, Felicia. Let's see who else. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Aloha Girl, which I know has an actual name. I like your background item. Thank you so much. That's very nice. I've got to look at my thing to remember Aloha Girl because I know you have a first name that I should know. I'm sure Irene. You see, I knew it. I knew it, Irene. Yes, you see, I got to keep track of these things. All right. Yay. Woo, I got it down. Anyways, thanks for coming in, everyone. You do see some of the same things here that we had yesterday. Just because we're gonna hear at the very beginning of this live, just ever so quickly, briefly go over what I talked about yesterday, just so we can still call it a teaching thing. But I well made up for my teaching last night, doing 2 hours worth. So I am going to review on this. But the things that I pulled to sell today were all things that maybe in some way were connected to organizing or growing, like plants or flowers or, anything that I felt like, something that offered light. I don't know. Hello, Granny's. What did she just say? Julia says, hello, just packing up orders for a post office trip tomorrow. Awesome. Sounds good. So she's multitasking. Perfect. Yes, crib notes. Aloha, girl. That's right. Love the material presented last night. Thank you very much. I was worried I was gonna bore everyone sick. But that's why I tried to make it interesting with all my fun little goodies. But a lot of you guys hung through the whole night, which I really appreciate. So that's really cool. For anyone who's new in the chat, most names I recognize, but my name is Curry, and I always forget to say that. And I, sell part-time both on District here. There are some buy it now sales, but mostly I do live sales as well as eBay. And then, of course, I have a YouTube channel that's also called Cherish Relics Boutique, which I'd love for you to go check out if you're interested in, any jewelry unboxings or unbaggings or unjarrings or jewelry hauls or things like that. There's hours and hours and hours of that stuff to put you to sleep. So just wanted to let you know about that. So I think what I want to start off with, which will probably only take at most 10 minutes. Hi, I love mini stuff. Okay, that's cool. Oh, well, yes, these were many things that were part of a presentation on the teaching train that I did last night. So for those of you that were here, some of you might be able to very quickly help me with a quick summary of last night. So as I get ready to prepare to make space to do my sales tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over and I'm going to pick up one of the items from last night. And I just want any or all of you that remember to give me just the key words of what that item was helping us to remember. Like, what was the main topic? You don't have to give me details. We're not going to talk about details again. We talked about it in depth last night. But I want to sort of prove a point about how when you give something where someone can look at something visually or give them an item to make a connection to that's completely different than the actual topic, it will still help them remember it. It's a teaching tool that is quite effective quite often. So I'm just going to reach over real quick and grab my little frog friend here. And as many as you who want to, but can anybody in the chat briefly tell me why in the world did I bring a frog to last night's show? What was the main concept of what I was trying to? That's right. I saw part of last night. Leap, leap. Yes. My whole point with the frog was to remind people to leap, to take the leap in delving into the unknown when it comes to selling, reselling, because you just don't really know what's going to happen, good or bad. And so we have our little friend here. So as we talk about this, we're going to sort of pack them back up so I can get ready to make some room for the other things we're going to do. And then I'm going to grab our little book here. If anyone remembers why I had this book and what it was to help us remind us of, that was an important thing for jewelry reselling that can help make us have a positive experience and, you know, help us feel like it's been beneficial of our time and all those sorts of things. But does anyone know why I brought the book out? Think about why we use books often. Really, we use our phones and the internet more often for this thing, but it sort of was a reminder of the topic. Yeah, learning or basically researching. That's right. Going and making sure that as you get ready and prepared to sell and prepared to list your things, it's important to do research on it, whether it's looking through books, looking at other items in other antique stores and how they're pricing them, the kind of condition they're in. Making sure you're asking questions if you don't understand, using your phone to do researches, and even using the Google Lens. So you're correct. Good job. Let's do the next one. We're going to put them away as I say it. Okay, I'm grabbing this. It's not really the kind of magnet we use as jewelry resellers, but it is in fact a magnet. Why did I pull a wet magnet out from last night? There was a whole kind of topic that I talked about in terms of jewelry resales tools. That's it. Good memory, Maria. You're on it. That's right. The tools of the trade, and how in the beginning you don't have to feel like you have to go buy all the expensive tools or all of them. In the beginning, I started out with no tools. I just had my phone and I kind of looked up things and I was just looking for marks. And then I think the first two tools I really got were a magnet and a loop, which is the most important things that I take with me when I go thrifting. Good job. Okay, I'm grabbing over here to the light bulb. Does anyone remember why I brought this to last night's show? You guys are so good. You're on it. The light bulb had meaning for something that was helpful for us in being successful. Ideas is a good idea because a light bulb does make you think of ideas, but this had more to do with how we looked. And so we spent time talking about the importance of presentation, having a light box and good lighting when you're videoing to make sure that what you're showing looks the best it can look. We talked about, being able to the and I just also meant not just how we look, but how we present ourselves. But that was kind of the reminder, was the light bulb. And I also kidded about how we all go and feel like we have to go and have perfect nails, haha, and everyone's like, oh, if we didn't have perfect nails, we feel like we have to apologize, which is so funny because we all know in real life, yes, in good lighting, in real life, we're not walking around to people at the grocery store or people around going, oh, I'm so sorry, my hands look so bad, because normally people aren't looking so close up at them. So yes. Okay. So this one might stump some of you, but let's see if anyone remember why I had this dinosaur. Now he did come with a whole bunch of friends, and that might be a reminder of what we were talking about. Let's see if any of you can remember. I had a whole bunch of different looking dinosaurs here. also, and I showed you how I pulled this one out, and I talked to you guys about how when you're setting up, any social media pages, or you're creating a logo, or you're creating a username and all those things, how it's important to be yourself. And so this dinosaur looked different than all the other dinosaurs around him. And some of the other dinosaurs were baby dinosaurs, or old dinosaurs, or tall or short, or, whatever. We are part of a group, but at the same, an individual, and it's okay to celebrate your individuality and be confident in that. And I think it's important that when you show yourself and show who you really are, really when you're being authentic, it makes people really appreciate and like you. And again, I talked about why I think Rachel has found a lot of success. Good job. Okay, we're going to move on. I'm grabbing this crazy glue. Does anyone remember why I brought this up? In reference to the things we don't have control of. I played that awesome song by John Prine. That's the way that the world goes round. You remember? You're up one day, the next you're down. There's a half an inch of water, and you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. Because some days, sometimes when we are, sorry, I have to take a drink real quick. Okay, sorry. When we're selling, you know, keep going. That's right. Some days, may not be your best days. Maybe for whatever reason, you didn't make as many sales, or didn't have as many people show up to something, or maybe something broke, or maybe the internet went down, or for maybe something happened and you had to cancel your live, and whatever. Sometimes there's things that are out of our control. So the best thing we can do is just fix them and move on. You know what I mean? And try not to be stressed about it, beat yourself up, because you can't do anything about it. For there are certain things that you can't do anything about. That's right. And then I also had this, which was sort of a similar topic, but yet a little bit different. So does anyone remember why I brought this to my lesson last night? There's a big key word in here. Think about why we use whiteout, or what happens when does anyone else? Maria's like my star student right now. She's answering all the questions. I love it. She's my star student. But I know some of you guys, others in the chat, I knew most of you other ones must know why I brought out the whiteout last night. What, very, very simply, 2 or 3 words, tell me what it was I was trying to talk about. Learning from your mistakes and own them. True, yes. And the fact that nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is going to make mistakes. And if you didn't make mistakes, that would be unusual. Wouldn't be reality. In that, when mistakes happen, do the best you can to, accommodate your sellers, or accommodate whoever was affected by a mistake that you did. Now, the other one with the glue, I was talking about how wasn't under your control. You had no control over it. This one you did, but still sometimes, stuff just happens. It's a mistake, and you just apologize and you move on and you learn from it. Definitely learning from your mistakes, for sure. Very good. Okay, then I had this cool thing here. Does anyone remember why I had the little journal? For us to write things down, and what would you use a journal for? And in regards to jewelry selling, and reaching out and doing online sales, or doing live sales. And especially for Rachel, who has she's like juggling constantly, multiple things going on, which is unbelievable. But really, the journal was to remind us about how it's important to be organized and to have a plan, but then at the same time be able to you know uh, be flexible, and be able to realize that sometimes plans change for the betterment of things, and that's okay. But you know having a plan, being organized, all that. Okay. And then I'm going to reach back here to this little friend here. And I was going like this, I was going like this, and the main topic I was talking about when I had this, see if anyone remembers. I was going like that. I was representing something. Now, a lot of my items today are actually doing that, or maybe representing that. Does anyone remember? It was a flower that was on this, but we were talking about community and how, especially in our specific situation, not everybody has a community to rely on. We have a very amazing community to rely on, and yeah, so remember that to lean on the people there and ask for help, and that we can all grow together, which was the whole point of this stretchiness, that we grow together and we help each other to you know get through it, and learn about things and support each other and all that goody stuff. Okay. And then the next item was the actual tub. Do you remember what I was referencing when I was talking about the actual tub? Why did I have that there in the lesson? See if anyone remembers that. Because the tub represented something. Really, it represented something that I do a lot of. Let's see if anyone can tell me why I talked about a tub last night. And my suggestion on having a good experience with reselling and all that is to remember that we really want to try to use all your stuff, create wearable lots, create craft lots, sell things in little small lots that have common things together. Maybe some of your higher end jewelry you don't sell on District. Maybe you have another place that you sell things, or maybe you might have other ways, but use it all. It's all worth something to somebody. And so, and also by using it and continuing to sell it, it gets it out of the house so you can bring in new inventory, which is important. And then the very last thing, this was my grand finale, where I had all these little bears in the circle, and it was really just representing what a great thing that we have here at Lilyworks, such a great community of supporting resellers. And so, yay! So with all that being said, that awesome, great review, I'm going to put our little thing aside. I want to remind you guys that I do have all my listings up for pre-bid that in my uh, online store or whatever, or on my store for the live. And that for anybody who ordered 2 things or more, I bought enough of these items, in order to make your own little box that looks exactly like this. You could get your very own reminder, and that's the giveaway. Is if you order 2 things or more, you would get that with your order, that I would just ship it out with all your stuff. So, with all that being said, great review. Awesome, awesome. Now you get to look at all the other things that I have set around here. Uh, and I've got some brooches. I've got all these things down there on the floor ready to go. And I think we'll get started. And for the benefit, I'm so creative. Oh, you're so nice. I just wanted to make it not a boring topic. I felt like those things would help. And I also really wanted it, the teacher in me wanted you to rebel to remember it. Anyways, so I bet you'll never forget the fact that I played you John Prine. I don't know how many years it is since any of you heard John Prine, but there you have it. So great job on that. All right, so I'm going to get started, and what I'm going to do for the benefit of progressive shipping is uh, any of you who ordered from my Friday show, I still have your stuff. It won't go out till Tuesday because I have another show tomorrow. I haven't posted the live yet, but I will. Tomorrow I'm doing all kind of bundling. I'm bundling past auctions to give you even more clearance prices on jewelry. So tomorrow is all about bundling and clearance to try to move that stuff out. Yeah, so we can celebrate the other stuff. And then, but obviously we have tonight's show, so I won't ship till Tuesday. So anybody who already ordered on Friday, or orders tonight, or orders tomorrow night, all of it will be progressive shipping. And District, the platform is not able to offer progressive shipping yet, so you actually get charged for both the antiques part and the jewelry part of Lilyworks. But I go back and that extra thing, the extra charge of the base, first time purchase in that thing, will get refunded to you, as well as, overages of my costs. So, yeah, so there you have it. So I'm going to start with lighter things because those things are going to benefit you more with shipping if I start with lighter things. So I'm going to move this down a little bit so we can be a little bit more focused here on this. And I have a whole bunch of brooches that are going to touch on, and this is how I'm connecting it to my whole, spiel on, the stuff I talked about last night. But the community is a place where all of us can help each other grow. And so there's a lot of plants and flower things tonight that I'm going to be bringing you for that exact reason, because I'm bringing it in. So these next like 14 brooches are that. I tried to put some really varied price points in there. So there's some that are less expensive, but there's some that are more expensive, more name brand. Yeah, but I just thought they could be your Lilyworks Grow brooches that you could think of as like, oh, this is the brooch whatever, that remind you of that. So anyways, let me pull up my very first one. It looks like it's this one. Um, it is in fact a gold filled brooch. It is marked on the back. I did not do my nails. You see them? You see how disgusting they look? Let's celebrate it. Okay. On the back, it would be very difficult for you to read it, but it is in fact written right here. It says 1/20th. Hold on, I'll tell you what it specifically says just 12 karat gold filled is what it says. So beautiful little flower brooch with those little rhinestones that are in fact prong set. They are prong set. So it's a really beautiful brooch. I actually really love this brooch. So I'm going to start the auction. It's an $8 start on that beautiful gold filled rhinestone brooch to remind us how we are all growing. Yes, yes, yes. And it's got, multiple colors in there. It looks like light green, dark green, kind of a light blue, a dark blue, a pink, and probably a purple is what I'm guessing. You know, cool, cool. Okay, so thanks for taking a look at that. I'm going to pour these out so I can put the things down in here. Okay, my next one. Oh, no. Okay, they didn't go in order on my thing. It pulled up all my antiques, no matter how heavy they were. But for your benefit, I want to do the lightest stuff first. So that's why I'm doing all the brooches first. So just bear with me. If you're not interested in brooches, it just is what it is. But this next one is a beautiful made in England. Those beautiful floral brooches that if you're not careful, they can easily crack or break. But these are not broken. I have 3 ones like this that I'm bringing to this auction, trying to get it out. But this one is so pretty, with all those little blue. And I just want you to know, even right there, that is not actually a crack. When I look on the side, it's shiny. So it's not been cracked there. It is like that from when they made it. But on the back, as you see there, it says made in England. And then it also says something, I can tell you. It says uh, something Adderley floral. I don't know. But I'm going to start the auction there on that. And that's an $8 start for your little, watch us all grow brooch. I don't know. I don't know if we can guess which flower this is. Maybe pansies? That's my guess. I'm not a flower connoisseur. Okay, cool. Thanks for looking at that. I have another one very similar to it. It looks like this, except it's a little bit bigger. And this one is a made in England. It says Cara China Pansy Flower Brooch. So there on the back, it has, made in England. And it says Cara. Yeah, all the things I just said. But again, not damaged at all in the least. And this is so pretty. Love the purple color. So I'm starting the auction now. This was a $12 start. These, when you go look for them and what they sell, like When you go find comps, you're looking at like, you know, $35, $40. So bringing them to you for some really good prices. And thank you for looking at that one, that pretty purple one. Okay. We're just going to go through the brooches and then we'll start with the other stuff just because it's going to benefit you more. All right. So this next one that I'm bringing to stage is, you know, I thought it was like 925 sterling silver, just by the way it was tarnished. You can see back here how tarnished it is. It does have like a kind of an older clasp. Um, it doesn't have 925 on it, but right here it's marked with the numbers 800, and it's also marked right there with the numbers 800. So I don't know. I don't know if Rachel's in the chat or if Felicia's in the chat, but you wouldn't consider 800 silver to be sterling silver, right? That's just considered 80% silver, right? We wouldn't call that sterling silver when it's just 800, not sterling. But you would still refer to it as 800 silver because it's certainly got 80% silver. Got it. Okay. So, but this is a really cool brooch, super nice. And I'm going to start the auction. It was had a $10 bid on that. It's a nice one. Another flower to remind us about how we can grow together. Hey there, Nancy. How are you? And thanks for that answer, Rachel. I appreciate it. Mimi's Treasures, thanks for coming in. Okay. We're just going through a few brooches here at the beginning of this live because it's just, I had a few brooches that I didn't get to last night on our theme. And I just want to do them first because that means that all your progressive shipping will be cheaper. And it was Rachel who taught me that. I was thinking at first it would make more sense to do the heavier ones to get them out of the way, but that obviously doesn't make sense when you pay you're paying the cheaper amount on the heavier things. So it's better to do it this way. Okay. Let's see here. My next brooch is this one. And I'm pretty confident I'm not a professional in plastics like Rachel might be, but I'm pretty sure that this is a celluloid carved brooch. It does have the words Taiwan on the back right there, but it's like pretty new condition. And I'd have $4 start on that for anyone who's interested in that brooch as your reminder of growing as a community. You can see it's been carved out. Thank you very much for your bid, Nancy. And it really looks brand new. It's in great condition. Okay, perfect. Okay. I'm going to put that to the side right here. Hopefully that will stay. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Nancy. All right. Let's see what other ones I can bring here. Okay. I tried to bring different styles of brooches, every kind of different variations. So this one is a smaller kind of gold tone filigree brooch. It's very pretty. I don't see any marks on it on the back for brand, nothing on the bar. You always want to feel the bar with your finger because a lot of times Crements or even some other brands will mark there. But you know, you can see it there. And I might even be able to see it better if I do this, because I realize that I can't even bring it that close. So it's a pretty little brooch. So I'm going to start the auction. That also was a $4 start on that filigree brooch for anyone who might be interested in that flower brooch. Okay. Thanks for taking a look at that. I'm going to keep plugging along here. Okay. I'm actually surprised this next one didn't have a brand on it. It actually very much surprised me. Oh, it did have a brand. There it is. Free. Okay, Rachel, pop in. How do I pronounce this? Freriche? Freriche? It's got to be French. Freriche? Freerich. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's looking like this. It's got some enamel on just those portion of those flowers there, but it's a really beautifully etched brooch. It does have its brand right here. I just don't know how to pronounce it. You're welcome, Nancy. You're welcome. I'm going to start the auction. It was an $8 start on that beautiful brooch. And I think it's meant to kind of go on at an angle like this because that's where the bar is going straight across. Does anyone know how is it a French pronunciation? I'm sure could probably go online and figure out that pronunciation. Okay, cool. Okay, now I have a cloisonne brooch that I'm going to bring to show you. It's got butterflies and flowers on it. And it's a blue cloisonne brooch, which kind of got, obviously copper there in the back. And so it's looking like that. It's in fine condition. And I have a $7 start on that beautiful blue floral butterfly cloisonne brooch. And I would say it's probably about the size of a $half. The blue is beautiful to me. Okay, awesome. Thanks for looking at that one. Okay. Sorry, I want to put I had my plate from earlier over here and I wanted to get it out of the way before I accidentally knocked it over. Because knowing me, I would 100% easily do that. Sorry if you're hearing me gulp. I apologize. Okay, here we go. Next one is searching, because it just mixed it through my whole thing. Okay. So this next one is a prong set brooch. Very pretty. And I say that they're pink, but they're more like a fuchsia. They're like a purpley pink. But all those prong set, beautiful. There it is. Oh, let's bring it in. Trying to find, oh, there we go. The perfect spot, a distance to show you. I did not see any brand, but that's what the back looks like. I'm going to start the auction now. It had a $6 start on that beautiful brooch with those growing flowers. I thought it kind of reminded me of Made in Austria, but I did not see any brand on there. But they are prong set, like I said. And it does appear that that is more purple and those are more pink. Okay. Let me moving along here on to our next one. All right. Okay. Okay, this is a very vintage hand-painted or oval porcelain brooch. You can tell it's old by, looking at the back. Definitely old. It definitely has an older clasp. And it appears that, yes, it looks hand-painted. I can see the texturings in it. But that's a really lovely brooch. Definitely older. So I'm going to start the auction now. It was a $12 start on that. And, with this kind of old backing and this sort of not, hey, thanks for your bid, Felicia. Uh, there are newer brooches they make that look very similar to this, but this particular one, especially with the type of metal that's on the back, and was definitely older. So that's awesome for Felicia. She's going to love that. So pretty. Thank you so much, Felicia. Sending that your way with all your other goodies. Okay. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 8 left. You see, I went crazy on the floral brooches because I don't know. It was hard to bring things from these topics um, that matched those topics for selling purposes. So I was trying to focus on, like organization and lighting and, I was going to bring some other different tools, but I had brought so many other tools before that I just, so anyways, I was just doing the best I can. Okay, this next brooch is pretty cool. It actually is pewter. And it does come with a box. I just don't have it in a box right now, but it does come with its original box. It's and paperwork, but it's a Kirk Stieff etched pewter oval floral brooch, which I'm holding upside down. But this is what the front looks like. It Let me get my ruler real quick for you, real quick. Okay. Just wanted to give you an idea of how long it was. So it's about 2 inches. And it does on the back have the brand Kirk Stieff, and it does say pewter. And you can see how brand new it is. It's in great condition. So I'm going to start the auction now for that. Again, it does have the original box that it came in, as well as like a paper describing it or whatever. A nice neutral brooch that would go with just about anything. Okay. And then I'm going to bring you a Kremens brooch. And so this brooch, of course, I was able to do a Google Lens search on, and I did find the exact brooch and looked at comps, which the comps were pretty significant, definitely not $15. But this is jade and this is coral. And on the back, if we were to get really close, you would see on the bar, in fact, it says Kremens. It's just hard to show you, but it is there. So, yeah, a really lovely. It's probably about 1.5 inches, maybe 1.25 inches. So I'm going to start the auction on that. Had a $15 start. My comps, thanks for your bid there, Felicia. Comps were looking at more like, 40 or 50, like it was significant. So it's a nice, lovely brooch. And all those pieces, by the way, are also prong set. They're not glued down. Kremens is so well made. Yeah, so that's a really lovely one. You're going to love that. So pretty. Okay. Thank you very much, Felicia. Okay. Well, I didn't mean for them to come back to back, but here's another Kremens brooch that I had brought to this auction. And this one is sort of a two-tone, meaning it's sort of got like rose gold as well as yellow gold. Uh, I mean, it's not 14 karat gold, but I think doesn't someone correct me, but I bet you that Felicia, you're a Kremens collector. Isn't all of their stuff at least gold plated? Good. So some wiggle room. Yes. No, if you look up the comp for that, I could look it up for you right now. I'll show you. Let's do it. I'm going to show you. Specifically on these two Kremens brooches because I definitely had wiggle room. Hold on 1 second. But I just wanted to bring it up for you. Using, of course, one of our tools, our Google Lens. Here we are. I've come into the Google app. I'm pressing on the camera, and then I'm going to take a nice clear picture of this. There it is. There you go. There's a comp of 60, a comp of 38, a comp of 92. And then they kind of went into some different looking ones. There's a comp of 180 in here. They say gold, but I can't imagine it's actual gold. I don't know. If it's actual gold, I guess you just won the lottery. But I'd be happy for you to have won the lottery, Felicia. Let me look at it more closely. It just says Kremens on the bar. I would assume if it was 14 karat, it would be marked. It's not. But anyway, so you can feel good. Just read they did use gold plate. Okay, perfect. So definitely a nice brooch there. And definitely wiggle room for sure. Okay. And then on this Kremens brooch, I'm not going to pull all of them up on the Google Lens for you. But I did want to pull up these two just specifically because they were higher price points. But when I Google Lensed this one, of course, Cremants shows up. Oh, hold on. And okay, so we see a comp there of 40, 41. There was a comp of 74, actually. The point is there are a few comps. Okay. Known for their quality, 100%. So I'm going to start the auction on this one for anyone who's interested. Again, on the back, it does have its Cremants is written here. It just, won't let me really get any closer without being blurry. It's about the closest I can get. So, but that's a really pretty brooch. I love the two-tone for sure. The two-tone is very pretty. And Felicia has such lovely taste. Very, very nice taste. So that beautiful one is going to go with Felicia. It's in great condition, Felicia. And let me, just so you can see what you're getting. Let's see if I can. I don't know if you can see there on the bar where there's the word. You probably can't read it, but anyways, it's really nice. I love the two-tone for sure. Okay. So that's going to go with Felicia. Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, we just have a few of them left. I have another one of these made in England ones. This one just looks like a pink flower. On the back, it says R-tone made in England, which I have no idea what that means. It says bone china made in England. So I guess what these are made of is china. Bone china, not in China. So anyways, I had a starting bid of $9 on that one. Again, it is in fine condition, no chips that I can see. Oh, there is one chip here, teeny chip. So actually, I did not see that before. So if anyone wants me to rerun it, I'd be willing to take it down to 7 if anyone is interested in me rerunning that. I held off, folks, sleeping. You held off? What did you hold off on? You want me to rerun it? Is that what you're referring to? When you say I do you mean rerun this or were you talking about something else, Felicia? From bidding? No, on the previous piece. Okay, cool, no problem. So we'll let that one move on. Okay. And this brooch is also prong set. You can see there. I said that it was purple, but it looks more red to me. Let me make sure I'm picking the right one. Let me go back and look at the picture. Remove from stage. Yeah, that's the right one. I just put purple, but it's actually more of a, it looks more like a red. I wonder if it'll let me edit this. Are you going to cooperate with me? I'll say red. Save changes. Move to stage. Okay. So anyways, this filigree one, oval, it is also prong set floral theme again. And this is a $4 start on this one. It does not have a brand on the back that I can see. Has teeny bit of wear and color, but it's sort of consistent throughout. So it almost looks like it's intentional. That growing brooch. Okay, cool. All right. And I have another prong set brooch here that had purple Navet stones that were also prong set. And it's looking like this. So, yes, they are all prong set. I did not see any brand on the back that I could see, and they are not open back. But it's a $6 start on that prong set brooch. I'm gonna start the auction now. for anyone who might be interested. Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna move along here. We got two more left, and then we're gonna start on all these antiques I have set all around me. Okay. This one looks very similar to that oval pewter brooch that I pulled out, but it is not marked with pewter. It has no brand on the back, but a similar look about it. Definitely open work, etched floral brooch. Here you go. That's what it's looking like. Um, and that's why I have a starting point of $4. It's a $4 start on that, but it's still pretty. Very simple. This is the kind of brooch I would wear. I like simple. It's weird because the bar goes this way. I guess people would wear it that way, but I feel like it needs to go, the bar should be like that so it's sitting upright. It's just like a strange place for where the bar is. Okay, this is the very last brooch I have tonight. Okay. So this one, again, these are prong set, and it's prong set with stones, but then it also has some cat's eye. It appears to be cat's eye. I'm going to let you get a closer look at it, but that's what it appears to me to be. Okay, I'm going to start the auction. It was a $5 auction start. You can see the back. Sorry. It is actually open backed a little bit on this one. Not a little bit, it is. I did actually test this one for sterling because to me it kind of looked sterling. But there's that one. Okay. Okie dokie. Thanks so much, guys. I'm going to take all those brooches and set them aside. We can keep those separate. Okay. So I'm going to just sort of grab some things that are lighter and just kind of go from light to heavy-ish. And we'll kind of go about it that way. But you are welcome to go into, the store if you want, if there's any pre-bids you're interested in doing. So literally the first couple things I'm going to do are going to be some postcards that are actually really nice postcards. And they're actually ones that have like a texture on them. I had bought them from an antique store. Actually, it was this really cute antique store that's near where I live. It's in this cute little town. She has like this house that I think she lives upstairs and has her antique business downstairs. But let me pull out the correct ones. Okay, so as you see there, this is kind of that the kind of card stock that sort of has a texture on it. So these are the three scenes of the three postcards. We've got azalea in palms in Florida. And then here it just says Miami Beach, Florida. A beautiful gateway covered with Alamonda vine. And then this one says a row of royal palms. Try to say that 5 times fast. A row of royal palms. A row of royal palms. That's like a tongue twister built in. So there's a $2 start on all three of those. If you're interested in, and there's on the back, there's nothing written on them. They are unused. So yeah, I'm going to start the auction now for anyone interested in those really nice postcards. $2 total for all three. If anybody is like has Florida connections. Okay, very good. And then I have another set here and these I have, it says highway along a small stream in Virginia. That actually is a really pretty one. You see the texture, you can really see the texture on the paper there. Again, there's nothing on the back. This looks like Governor's Mansion, Columbia, South Carolina. And then here is a pretty ocean one, Ocean Twilight, Atlantic City. So these have 3 different locations, but still 3 similar cards, postcards that is. So I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to start that auction if anyone's interested in those. I think this one is my favorite. I like the scene of that one. So it was a $2 start for those postcards total for all three. Some people like to frame this kind of thing. Like I have three, actually I have four postcards that we had bought years ago. My parents live in Australia, and we had bought a postcard with a scene of a place in Australia in all four seasons of the. Now, mind you, in Australia, definitely over on the East Coast, which is where my parents live near Sydney, Australia. The They're so close to the equator that you don't get huge differentiations between your seasons. It's just beautiful all the time. But they definitely have, their winter is actually kind of like a fall for us. But I had bought some postcards, one from each season of the same location, the same picture, and framed all of those. So yeah, okay. Now this is a very unique, interesting item here. I have to be really, really careful because this paper even is so old, the paper just wants to fall apart. But this next one is actually three jigsaw puzzles that it's unclear. I mean, the paper is so old, it just crumbles apart. But, and I love jigsaw puzzles, by the way, but these, when I got them, were put together already like this. But it says McClintic Marshall from Bethlehem, PA, but I don't really have a date on it. But they're definitely old. I mean, and they definitely have the musty smell to it. I mean, not just musty, nothing else. It doesn't smell like dog or anything, but there's three of them. So for all three, I have a starting bid of $5. So there's the first scene with the duck. Isn't that texture called linen? Yeah, I think you're right. Definitely. I've bought cardstock before, and I think that's what they call it. I think you're exactly right. And then here's another one, which has this like bobcat or something on a cliff. It's got one little part of one of the jigsaws that had come off there. I mean, they're old. They're probably 75 years old or older. And then we have the bear. I think they're cool. I think they would be a really cool thing to get framed, personally. It might be neat to frame all three of them. But yeah, I had a $5 start for all of them, so I'm going to start the auction now on those jigsaw puzzles. Very vintage jigsaw puzzles. Welcome in, Lisa, from YouTube. Nice to see you. If you have any interest in participating in our chat here on District, which you hear me talking to all these other people, I think you can only view the YouTube chat, but I see that that Rachel has already told you about the website. You can go over to www.lilyworksantiques.com, and if you registered there, and it would allow you to participate in our chat and even bid if you wanted to. If you want to, you may not. You might be perfectly fine where you are, and that's fine with us too. We're really happy to have you. Okay, so there's that. Thanks for taking a look at that. I gotta put it somewhere where I'm not going to damage it. Hold on a second, because knowing me, I'll hurt it. Okay. Grabbing light things. Aren't these cute? Little wicker doll furniture. Has a little table there. It has an additional chair and an additional table. So that's what it comes with, is all 5 of those. So and size-wise, like this thing is about 6 inches wide. So you get a feel for, the size doll that might use these, but they're cute. I mean, they're little wicker made chairs. In great condition. The only one part where I see that maybe one of the little things has cracked a little is kind of right there in the center. But you could literally glue a toothpick down right there and no one would ever know, because the actual thing is perfectly solid. I mean, like, it's not like wiggly or anything. But anyways, I had a $4 start on those fun little things. For anyone interested, I started the auction now. Oh, sorry, my cup keeps sticking to my coaster. Perfect for a grandparent who wants to have fun kid stuff at their house for the kids to play with. Thanks for taking a look at that. Okay. I kind of tuck some things away here. I have to like access them again. Let me get some of these lighter pieces from over here. Okay. Okay. Antiques is a little bit different than jewelry. Jewelry I can have just set right next to me and it's easy for me to grab it. But antiques, I've got to be so careful about breaking it, and I got to make sure that good staging items. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I don't know. I thought of Rachel when I found these because I know that she, has sold scarves in her antique booth, and she's probably even sold scarves just online in general. But this is in fact a really beautiful silk scarf. I'm playing on the whole floral concept about the community helping us grow, but it's got sort of this it obviously needs to be ironed, but it's got a lot of plaid effect there, but it does have a brand tag on it. I know nothing about scarves or how old this would make this, but it does say Amanda Fielding, whatever that means. But on the back, it also says 100% silk right there. So, yeah, it's a beautiful scarf. And I did measure it approximately, meaning I put it, I kind of folded it into quarters, and then I measured the quarter of it and then doubled it. So, anyways, this first vintage scarf, Amanda Fielding silk, I just literally put a $3 start on it. So, if anyone is interested in that for themselves or for a resale, it is definitely silk. It's beautiful. And purple. Now that I look at it, it's purple like NYU, so I should probably be wearing it. Okay, thanks for looking at that one. And then I had another scarf here, which I think is beautiful. I love the colors in this one. This one is a little bit smaller than the other one. It does not have a tag on it that says silk, but it feels exactly the same as the other one. And I own other silk scarves, so in my opinion, it is definitely silk. I don't know if you want to be able to look at it really close to confirm that for yourself, but yeah, this one is my favorite of the two. Just because I'm more like natural tones about my colorings, so creams and greens and it's more my thing. So it's a 28 by 28, and it's a $3 start on that one as well. That silk scarf. There's no actual tag on it or anything to say that, but I'm very confident. So I should probably take away where I wrote "I believe" because I think I know. But there's that. Thanks so much for looking at that. Okay. Still trying to work on light things. So let me bring this over. Earthy tones. Yes, definitely. I am that way about jewelry, and I don't know. The way I decorate my house, I'm definitely not a bright color wearer. I'm more like soft tones, and yes, earthy tones or things that are a little bit softer. Um, Anyways, this is a Longenberger basket. It's got the mark on the back. It's just, I believe it's a 7-inch width. Let me pull up my start. Yeah, it's a 7 inch. And nothing wrong with it. It's in excellent condition. Now, I don't know a lot about Longenberger. So, Kathy, are you actually in the chat? I was curious. I saw you have a pre-bid on this. Um, I know they used to have Longenberger parties, and this ring in here must mean something. It must be for you to put something in there. I have no idea what the ring is for. Any of you who are more, Longenberger professionals could tell me, but I'm going to start the auction now. And Kathy has a pre-bid in for $6. We've got 15 seconds left. It's looking like this from the side, very well constructed. It's a nice basket in great condition. All right, well, that's going to go home with Kathy. Perfect. Hold on, I want to grab a tub to put these in. Okay. All right, let's move on. Gosh, I like bashed my knee and I'm like bleeding. Where did I do that? I don't even know. Goodness gracious alive. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to this one. Very vintage, very fall. At first, I thought this was like the decoupage, but then as I looked more closely at it, I realized it's just all hand painted. Isn't that pretty? So let me pull up this uh, one. At the top, it also has a 7-inch width. It's aluminum. There's the bottom. It's definitely, vintage and older and rusty, and as you would expect any vintage can to be. But it's a really nice one, perfect for fall. So I had $4 start on that for anyone interested in that cute little bucket. It does have a handle, and it's looking like that. I can't believe someone hand painted it. It's such a good job. Perfect for collecting pine cones, whatever. Okay, thanks for taking a look. Okay. Let's see here. Gosh, I hope everyone had a good time all day and all the shows. I watched them all day. Everyone had great stuff to talk about. And I think I am a teacher, so none of this, not that this is teaching now, but yesterday, of course, I did teaching. None of that makes me nervous because it's like what I did for a living, um, or do. But you guys did so well. I mean, there was no reason for any of you to be nervous because you prepared yourself, and I hope you guys had fun with it. I mean, because I know this is going to be like a monthly thing that Rachel is looking to do. Um, but it was just, I thought everyone did a great job. So, okay. So this is a really unique basket. I think it's like Asian or something, like meaning it's made of let me find the thing for it real quick. It's made of bamboo, but I bet it's used to, maybe it's like a rice cooker, because I don't know, for some reason I want to say this has something to do with rice, but I would think that would burn the actual thing. I don't know. For some reason I think it has something to do with rice, but you have to, you know what? We can look it up on the Google Lens. We'll do that right now. We will use our tools. So I'm going to actually set it up there a little bit so I can get a further picture, because I kind of have to come back a little bit. But let's see what it says. It says bamboo basket container. You can see the cost there. You see, there's a rice basket. I knew I read it like somewhere like that. Here's one that looks similar to it. Vintage tea, tincture, handmade bamboo. I don't know, but you see they make these little rice baskets. I don't know how they're cooking rice in there, but you know what? You would think it would be tortillas, but every time I've pulled this up a few times, it always comes up with that. But it does open. But it's just would be a great storage basket because it really closes well. Like it would be like literally you using a tub. But this is the inside of the basket. It's perfectly clean. And there's your lid. It's really quite nice. And I had a $5 start on that. And I'm going to start the auction now. It's a cool basket for sure. It certainly doesn't have to be used for, you know. All right, goodbye. I deleted it. Don't worry. Okay, there we go. It's definitely different. Okay. Um, okay, I'm going to pull up some of these really pretty plates. This plate is beautiful. I always loved all of this. I guess it's called lattice. Reticulated. No, reticulated is the wrong word. I think it's called lattice, not reticulated. I should edit that. It's not lattice. Maybe reticulated is another word that's because reticulated, I think it like in jewelry is something that like moves in pieces. I always thought this was lattice. I'm changing it. Okay. Anyways, such a pretty bowl. I mean, plate. It's definitely a plate. And on the back, it says hand painted, and it has her name, Faye Watts Mackenzie, Sydney, 1985, all the way from Australia. Woo! Very cool. So this is a $4 start. It is beautiful. And I think in the picture I probably had a measurement of it, but I'll measure it again for you here. I think it's about 6 or 7. Yeah, 7. There you go. So I'm going to start the auction now. It was a $4 start. So, so pretty. And you can buy those little metal things that, you can hang it on the wall, like to be able to display it on the wall. It's really pretty. Actually has some little texture going on there. Okay, perfect. Thanks for taking a look at that. I have another little kind of dish here. Bring it up higher. Floral dish, again, going on the we'll grow as a community concept from my things. But this is just an oval dish, whatever. And I had a $3 start on this one. No chipping or anything like that. It has a texture along the edges. There is a mark on the back, but it's been worn just from age and time. Oh, it didn't start yet. Sorry, and I'm starting the auction now. It's a $3 start. And let's see. Hey there, Marissa. Owl Bee Vintage. I love that. It's a cool name. Okay. And so, yeah, that was like 9 inches wide. So, okay. And again, at the end, especially for some people who came in late, who any auctions that I run, but that are not, hey there, how are you? Owl Bee Vintage. I love that name. They'll still be viewable in my store. So at the end, if there's any item you want me to rerun, you just say it and describe it. You won't be able to pre-bid on it once the auction's been run, but we'll be able to run it again if that is what you're looking to do. Okay, this is a more significant basket, definitely older, looking like that. But I mean, that's the beauty of baskets. Uh, This is a bigger basket, but I also just had a $3 start on this one. It's fully functional, nothing wrong with it. There just is one part here where part of it came off, but it's still very solid. Like it's not like it's broken. You see there? So, yeah. Oh, I didn't start the auction. Close. Oh, there we go. I started the auction now. Could go collect, cherries or something. I don't know what you use a basket like this for. Definitely for decor. Okay, thanks for looking at that. Again, the whole reason I'm bringing baskets to the thing is because baskets are used for organization, and organizing is one of the things I was talking about in my teaching thing last night. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one. We've got this very pretty vase with like a little, I don't know if that's a dog, probably not a dogwood, but no chipping. So I know a lot of times when we have these sort of dimensional vases, you worry that the edges have been chipped. Nothing's been chipped. And this is a Lefton, you can see it at the bottom, Lefton China, little kind of bud vase. So let me find this one for you. It's right here. Okay. And that was a $4 start for that pretty little bud vase. Again, there's no chips, nothing wrong with it. There's your brand at the bottom. And it is, I thought I measured it. I think it's about 6 or 7 inches. About 6.25 inches tall. So there we have that. Okay, thanks for taking a look at that. All right. I'm going to grab another vase here real quick. Look at those pretty birds. I love the color palette on this in particular. This has the mark on the bottom, or the sticker that says Toyo Sakura. Don't really know that brand, but anyways, again, I've explained this to many of you before. The reason I have these price points so low is not because I'm unaware that none of these things have value. It's because I had an antique booth. I had 2 of them actually. I closed them down, and I'm just trying to I'm just trying to sell off the inventory and really just make my cost. So that's why the price points are so low. I am familiar with their value or what they're worth. I do Google search everything, Google Lens, all that. But this had a $4 start for that beautiful vase. And it's kind of shaped kind of like a flower, a tulip at the top. But looks like it's about 7 inches tall for that one. Pretty birds there. Okay, so trying to see what other light things I have. This is kind of light. Again, going on my organization thing. Okay, so this next item is really cool. It's one of these kind of baskets that fold down. So the way this works is you just set it flat, and then you lift the whole thing up, and this kind of handle, you push it up, but at the bottom, you push it up onto the bars, and it makes it, in the open position. So like now it will just stay open because I pushed it against those bars. So that is a super cool basket. It's looking like that. Let me pull up the thing. It's 10 inches wide. I think it's super cool. And it was a $5 start if anyone is interested in a basket like that. Nothing wrong with it, in great condition. Such a cool concept though, because someone like put it on some special wood cutting machine to make that happen. I think they're super cool. And again, you can break it down to make it flat by just folding that out again, and it just brings you back to that. Voila. Voila, everyone. Okay. How about we do these pretty dishes? This is going to be for the set of both of them. And they are like carnival glass, sort of an amber color with a little bit of, pearlescence to it. But they're two, one, two. They're both exactly the same. They're kind of like candy dishes that, you have three different spots. And so for both of them, I had a starting auction of $5. No chips, nothing wrong with them. That's what they look like on the back. And it does sort of remind me of like a bubble, like when someone blows a bubble and sort of the color on the outside of a bubble. I think it was Sandy. Sandy was doing her lesson about the Swarovski crystal and the guy who, had that up and how he designed the Aurora Borealis, a coating over, like kind of the concept of what it kind of looks like. It's bubbles, the effervescence of what bubbles look like. It was really cool, that lesson that you did, Sandy. I don't know if you're in the chat. Hey there, how are you? Jennifer, and but I love how she showed us all of the northern lights. That was pretty cool. So thanks for taking a look at those. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, this is a really pretty picture. Nothing wrong with it. It's got daisies on it, again on the theme of growing as a community, like flowers grow. Okay. Growing in your learning is also what I'm referring to. So let me pull this up. And I have a starting bid on that. It's Anchor Hawking clear glass daisy pitcher, 8 inches tall, with a $5 start. It's really cute. Nothing wrong with it. And since it's clear, it will go with anything. Thanks for the hand clap, Jennifer. Cool. Thanks for taking a look at that. Hold on, I'm looking at something real quick. Okay, thanks, guys. Okay. I have two more dishes down here that I can run. Oh gosh, I just knocked. Sorry if I just made everyone ill. I just like knocked it with my hand. I apologize. We'll do this one first, this green one. So this kind of bowl, this decorative bowl, actually is on a pedestal. So you can see the bottom of it looks like that. There aren't any chips or anything wrong with it. It's all in fine condition. And of course, it sort of has those very light, kind of sagey green colors about it, and some texture, kind of embossingness going on around here. So I had a $4 start. What a beautiful deal on such a beautiful bowl. For anyone wants to put their little trinkets in there or whatever. It's about 7.5 inches across. Okay, thank you. I think I'm going to do this one next. So I have here like a crock. Nothing wrong with it. Just needs to be clearly cleaned. I don't know why I got that on there, but it will just come off actually with me rubbing it. You see, I clean everything with before I bring it, and obviously I missed that side of it. Okay, there we go. Anyways, so this is pretty heavy. This is just a brown pottery crock. It does, in fact, have a lid that goes with it, and obviously many of you have seen these before. You just pop it off like that. And then this comes down to the side. It's got the little rubber piece that with it, and there's the inside. It's in really great condition for being one of these pottery pieces for sure. I think I have to bring that over there. Okay. I'm closing it down like that. All right, so I'm going to start the auction now. It had a $5 start on that. It's in great condition. Nothing wrong with it. Great for decor and for storing things. It doesn't have a brand or anything on the bottom, but that's what it's looking like. Okay, cool. Thank you for looking at that. Okay, let me come over here and grab a couple of these. Okay, sorry. Hey there, Flirty Finds. Nice to see you. So obviously a lot going on around me, so I have to gradually bring things over because they're bigger. But this next thing I'm going to show you is these very distressed, antiqued set of 2 pictures. And actually, I think that's upside down. I think it goes that way. So that's what one looks like. They are meant to, they're similar, but they're not exactly the same. They're just meant to coordinate, but they're pretty cool. I believe in my description, they are 9 by 11. So for both of them, I had a starting bid of 7. Let me show you the back. It's looking like that. Obviously, these are older, so it's not uncommon to see the age on it, but they actually look in pretty darn good condition. So I'm going to start the auction now on those, and they also have like a bird in there. I like old antique and vintage frames, so even the frames, just the frames are cool to me because you can, use them for other things even if the picture's not something that you're into. Okay, thanks for looking at that. Okay, I also have here a very vintage old cigar box. So on the front, it literally says, these cigars, something tobacco with a substrat, something. It says something about cigars. I literally can't read it. But on the side, it just says Tudor Arms. Again on that side. So it's a very cool vintage box. You can see the opening there. You just go like that. And these cigar boxes are great to store other things in. So obviously somebody must have still stored some sort of ink in here. It is dried up. It wouldn't get on anything. It's clearly something that probably happened 50 years ago. But it's not like it stained your hand or anything like that. So yeah, pretty cool box. There's the bottom. There you go. So there's the back. I'm going to start the auction now. Oh, I didn't bring it up yet. Hold on. It literally had a $3 start on it. Spending big money here. For anyone who wants to store some things or have something for storage, these are perfect, but also pretty. And there's the inside again. And there's the side. And just so you know, Felicia, you know how sometimes these can not be the best. These are in excellent condition. They're in there. They're solid. It's just fully well functioning. So, yeah. So that'll be perfect to organize all your rocks, Felicia. You organize. Organize your rocks. Okay. All right, congrats on that. This next plate is actually really cool. It's so textured and colorful. I believe it's an 8-inch in diameter. I guess diameter is going across, yes. But it's textured. You see all those little like dots there? That's like paint someone hand painted on. It's so pretty. The back does not have a brand or anything like that, but it's super pretty. So I had a $4 start on that. Look at all the different flowers though. So many. And if you wanted to look more closely at it, there you go. Isn't that pretty? I just think it's so pretty. Oh, there seems to be a name down here. It says J. Yonke. Well, that's quite a name. Okay. Okay. All right. What am I going to grab next? I think I'll do this. This is really heavy. It's a candlestick because, in our thing last night, we talked about lighting. So that's why I brought the candlestick. I have lots of other candlesticks though, but this is the one I brought. It is 8 inches tall, obviously brass, glass, and marble. So it's the marble part right here at the bottom that makes it super heavy. And of course, it is footed, and it's just in excellent condition. And that's where you put your candle. So it's a pretty nice one. So it's a $5 start, and I started the auction now on that candlestick. Really quite heavy. You can see the marble there. Okay. Great. And how about I grab this? This is like one of my favorite things I'm bringing tonight. I'm almost tempted to keep it because I just love the colors in it. And it's a smaller washboard, probably used and meant for just decorative, obviously. At some point, it had um, something in there. I don't know if maybe someone had like hooks. You know how you can do the little twist things and that you have a hook? Maybe someone had hooks there. But all you would have to do is put something in there, and you wouldn't see that. So the back side of this actually says something up here. It says ideal for silks, hosiery, and lingerie or handkerchiefs. Just the right size to fit bucket pail or lavatory, okay? Packs easily into suitcase for traveling. Are you kidding me? People would bring a wow, I'm shocked by that. Anyways, but look at how beautiful the little hand painted I think oh no, that's decoupage. It's decoupage. But it's very pretty. It looks hand painted, but I love this. This is like one of my favorite things tonight. So anyways, yeah, I'm bringing that to stage. And the washboard, I'm starting the auction now for anyone who's interested. I can't really give you a whole picture perspective because it's just so big that I can't really get it into the screen. But you got that. I'm looking, looking, looking. Turn it over. Looking, looking, looking. There you go. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm going to do this next. And this is a beautiful kind of, I guess you would call it an urn. It's not really a vase if it has a lid. There is nothing wrong with it. No chipping. It is perfectly perfect. But let me let you look more close up at on the bottom. It does have the brand Otagiri, Japan. And you can see, butterflies and flowers and branches and the like. And then you've got the pretty lid here that matches it. Nothing wrong with it. It's just like that. So I'm going to start the auction now. It had a $5 start. If anyone needs to have a pretty little container up on their bookshelf that's ever so pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. There you go. Okay, moving it off to the side. Okay. I'm going to do these. So this is also a set of 2 pictures, similar in size to the other pictures I showed you a second ago, except these are little children praying. So the first one is this little boy. Look how beautiful. I just love these antique, distressed wood frames. They're just so pretty. But in here, you've got this cute little boy in his pajamas. Isn't he cute? And down at the bottom, it says, "Bless us all." Oh, so cute. And then the back side of it looks like that. So it's had some life. And then the coordinated one is the little girl in her little pajama dress, her nightie. And it says, "A Child's Prayer." So the only thing to note about this one is that I guess apparently when whoever framed it, the little piece of paper in there has like a little crinkle. It is not ripped. It is crinkled, just so you know. But yeah, for both of them, I was going to do a $6 start for those cute little praying kiddos. A Child's Prayer and Bless Us All. They're very cute. And I guess little babies didn't wear diapers. I don't know where his diaper is, but that could cause a problem. Possibly. Um, okay. Sorry, I'm just moving everything around. Okay. Let me do this one. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way because I don't want to hit it. Knowing me, I'll like trip on it or something. Okay. Okay, so this next one is a really cool jewelry box. It is, in fact, wood, but it's sort of got like decoupage paper over the wood because it's when we open it, you're going to see it's wood, and I can tell it's got little because right here on the very corner, the teeniest bit you can see the paper sort of came off there, but it's in really good condition. It has that one spot, but that was it. And so the actual jewelry box, you can actually see it in the live store, opens and it has a tray. Look at how significant those hinges are back there. And it's looking like that. Oh gosh. And then it's just black underneath. And so when you open it, let me pull it up. And there was 2 pictures that I had there for you to look at it. But when you open it, this tray comes out. So you have that. And then it's just, open space there. And then, of course, oops. And then, of course, the drawer opens, which is there. It's really nice. That one little spot is the only spot I see. But again, it's wood. You can see it. So I quite like this jewelry box. I'm starting the auction now. It had a $6 start for that jewelry box or storage box for whatever you want to store in there. Okay, thanks for taking a look at that. We're kind of getting bigger as we go. Okay, so I showed all of that. I've shown all of that. I've shown all of that. I've got 5 things left to show you. Okay. Y'all are so quiet in the chat tonight. It's been a long weekend. Everyone's just getting ready for Monday, I guess. Okay, so again, this is on the whole concept of growing, growing in the community. This is cast iron. It's meant to be, like a plaque or, something you hang on the wall. But obviously, it's got, the painted tree there. And this is what it looks like on the back. And it says Mutual Association Company 1784. Not that I think it was made in 1784, but and then it's just got that number there. It does have holes there for someone to attach that onto a house or a whatever, porch or whatever. So let me bring that up. The comps on this were higher for sure when I looked it up. But I had a $12 start on that. It's really heavy. For some reason, it makes me feel like it should be a sign that's hung at like, the golf tournament every year, the Masters. You know how all their colors are always green. This, for some reason, it just makes me think of the Masters. I don't know. I know it's silly. Okay, cool. Thanks for looking at that. Okay. I think this is another one of my favorite things. This is a really cool basket. It's it's a square basket. You can see that at the bottom. It's like rectangular. Has some metal accents on it. This is vintage, but definitely not antique. But this is all metal, and it's got little leaves there. And then that's the inside of your basket. This is a really nice basket. I actually questioned keeping it. Yeah, it's super nice. So I'm going to pull that up. And it had a $10 start on it. You can see how well it's constructed, like it's definitely not chintzy or anything. And I'll start the auction now. But I like the little leaves that are on there. I think it would be really good for decor. And it's 11 inches wide. Okay, cool. Thanks for looking at that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just putting some of this stuff away. Okay. I think I may literally lift it's not going to be good for lighting, but it will be easier for me to show you. I'm going to pull my phone out of my holder here, and I'm just going to come down here on the floor because it'll be easier to show you this stool. That it's actually a really cool step stool, a wood one. It looks like that. You can see nice wood. It's very well made. That's the side and the back. And this little step stool has actually a little drawer right here. So nothing wrong with the drawer. It's all in great condition. If I can put it back in its space. So that's what we're looking at. So I'm going to pull that up. And it's about 12 inches wide if you look in the picture. But I have an $18 start on that little piece of furniture. But I would be able to get it into a box. It's just a little step stool with a little storage, which I think is cool to have the little, drawer there or whatever. Okay, thank you for looking at that. I just couldn't bring it to the screen. It was too much to do. Okay, sorry if I'm making you ill. I promise you I'm putting you back now. Deep breath, everyone. Don't puke on me. Okay. All right, so. Oh, why are you crying? Oh, because I made you ill? Or you're laughing? You're laughing, crying. Okay. All right, so I've got this really beautiful tray. Let me pull it up. So this is like made in Italy. It's like a wood inlaid. Obviously, it's a certain kind of wood, a very specific kind. It's very pretty, but it's inlaid with all those flowers if you look close up. And obviously, it has all these gold tone handles with that kind of black edging. But over here on the back side, you can see here that it had made in Sorrento, Gabriella Via Tasso, Sorrento, Italy, made in Italy. So it's a lovely tray. So I had a $12 start on that for anyone who might be interested in that beautiful tray. Sorry for the ring light. Makes it kind of hard to see it. Look at how beautiful that wood is. I can't avoid the ring light. Your faces crack me up that you put in the chat. Haha. Okay. I think I have one thing left, and it's this sewing basket that's cram packed with stuff inside of it. And it looks like Kathy already has a bid on it. So it's moved to the stage, but I will show you in case anyone else is interested. So it is a Dritz. I'm going to just show you what it looks like. It's hard because this is bigger. It's hard to really be able to show you. Nothing wrong with the basket. It functions perfectly fine. Let me show you the bottom. The bottom of it. It's got like little feet on it. Okay. To open it, it just has that little, thing that you put on the thing. I guess this is padded because you could, I guess, put pins in there, but I wouldn't want to put pins there. Now, obviously, this is not new. This is a vintage basket, but the little things that are on the side function just fine. And then I actually filled all of the stuff in here myself. I put all vintage stuff in there, but I'll briefly tell you what's in here. This is just an old, pin, to put your pins in. And we've got a measuring tape there. Under here is a whole bag of buttons loaded in there. But it also has in there some buttons on cards as well as some other sewing things like eye things, hooks and eyes and things like that. So that's in there. Okay, I don't know what you use all this stuff for. Blanket binding. All of this is like vintage stuff. Some of it not even open. Hem facing. And then a whole nother bag that has some little lace in it. And it looks like some ribbon. And a whole bunch of those facing, those, whatever you call those facing things. I don't know. Hem facing things. Okay. So obviously we've got a whole bunch of old spools thread. these are the only scissors that are in here, and I don't know that these are sewing scissors. I think these are medical scissors, because isn't this what you cut like a bandage off with, and that thing is there so you don't cut the person's skin? But anyways, those scissors are in here. We also have this set of very old scissors, but these are the zigzag scissors. Cool, cool. It's got some other little things in here. I think this is, oh, this is a little sewing kit. Plus, these things are like to stop hose from running. I don't know. I've never seen them before. What else we got in here? More of that. I think this is more for doing that little thing where you take the pieces of yarn and you push it in and pull it out. I don't know how much sewing that is. Elastic stuff, a little measuring thing, some needles, some more needles, a little container with pins in it, another container with a whole bunch of pins in it. You've got a seam ripper. I honestly don't know what these are. Something to clean a sewing machine. I don't know what that's used for. And then I think there are a couple thimbles in here. 1, 2. So yeah, that's the goodies. So I'm going to start the auction now. Kathy's already got a bid on it, but if anyone else is interested, this is your opportunity. I don't know if Kathy's in the chat or not, but oh yeah, and there's your Dritz right there. And it's got a few little stains. It's got a teeny little stain here. I mean, it's probably, for all you know, could be like, you know how you can have, looks like that's going home with Kathy. You know, sometimes nails can get rusty or something. I don't know, because it's old. So anyways, I'll put that all back together later. I'm not going to hold you guys up for that. So let me just chuck this in here for now, and I'll do it well later where I can get it closed, because I can't get it closed right now. So that's going to go home with Kathy. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, so that's all of my listings tonight. But again, if you look in the store, if there's anything, I'll give you an opportunity that you want me to rerun. If you came in late, I am happy to take a little bit of money off my original listing. So if you, you know, if you look, you won't be able to bid on the items in there, but you'll see the items that are auctions that had ended. And you could then describe those things for me if you wanted to. So I'll give you just a few minutes. If anybody had anything, you'd have to actually go click on the icon on the bottom right of your phone that has the little store on it, and you can go in there and view the items that you know, where the auction ended on it. So yeah. So anyways, that was my teaching theme. So I'm going to go put all that back in my house, because half of it is used to decorate my house in different areas of it or whatever. But if you're new here and you my name's Curry, and my resale thing is Cherish Relics Boutique. I also have a YouTube channel. So if you're interested in YouTube and channels for jewelry unboxings and unbaggings and, you know, those sorts of things, jewelry hauls, then definitely check it out, because there's a good bit of videos on there that you could enjoy. And yeah, so it looks like the step stool, you want me to run it again? Okay, well, let me see what I could discount it to for you, Miss Pack Rat Queen. Let me see here. It is a really nice step stool. I like it. Now it's smaller. Like I said, it's about it's about 12 inches wide and probably about 7 inches tall. You know, but perfect little, and you wouldn't even have to use it as a step stool. You could use it as something to put on a desk and set stuff inside of it and stuff on top of it. You could use it however you wanted, you know. But let me go in here. Let's see here. Okay, I originally had it as 18, so I will rerun it for you, Felicia, for 15. just to, move it on out. So let me restart the auction, and then I need to edit it real quick. Okay. And I'm moving it to stage. I'm not going to pick it up and show it to you again, but you could look at it. Here, I'll pick up my phone but I'm starting the auction now. But there it is again. Made of very nice wood. You see it? I think the top piece, of course, I think it's made of two different pieces of wood because you can see the grain there. But there's your cute little drawer. There you go. So I think that Felicia's going to take that home with her. That's exciting. Okay. Woohoo! Step stool. Or repurposing it as a storage thing. I think it would be cute on a desk, personally. You could stick stuff on it. You could stick stuff under it. You could use the drawer, whatever. But okay, cool. Got that. Is there anything else from anybody in the chat that would like me to run anything else before I say sayonara? I guess that means goodbye, and I have no idea what language, but apparently I think it says goodbye. Again, if you just popped in and you're like, well, how do I know what she could run? You have to go down to the store and you have to be able to. Felicia, have you been able to have you been able to actually go into the store and view those items? And I want to see what you see it as. When you look at it in my store now, does it just say auction ended, but you can still look at the pictures just the same in the description? Okay, good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't telling other people to look at something that they couldn't. Okay. Well, I think that that's about going to be it. I will be coming back on tomorrow night for my normal Monday, Friday. Those are my normal shows, are Monday and Friday. And tomorrow again, I think you were on my show on Friday about gemstone jewelry, natural stone jewelry, Felicia, but I had asked everybody if they were interested in me kind of doing sort of a gathering of past auctions to kind of do some bundling for some better prices. And everyone says, yes, they're interested in that. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing for tomorrow's show. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for coming, everyone. And I am signing off, and it's only 9:51 for me. It's 6:51 in California. They're just having dinner. This is like a miracle for me. Thanks for coming. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. I appreciate you coming and bidding and participating. Take care.